What's happening there, Liverpool fans? Back again with another video to talk about the Bayern Munich game, which we ended up drawing 0-0 at Anfield in the Champions League, of course. The round of 16 in the Champions League. Yeah, I mean, the 10 days off we had, and apparently they went to Spain, I think it was, for a warm weather training camp again, as they did previously before the Leicester and West Ham games. And I keep saying the same thing. I mean, I've said it in my various tweets that I've put out on Twitter or Facebook that I don't think that it's a good thing that Klopp takes the players away. I don't think that it's a good thing that they go away to other countries for warm weather training, and then they have to come back to England in the cold and play, in the cold weather. So for me, it just doesn't work. And he's done it numerous times, Klopp. He's done it. I think he did it in the 16-17 season. He also did it last season before important games. And every time that we have these kind of lethargic and we're not ready for the game, we're not properly prepared, it coincides with us going away for warm weather training. So this shows me that it relaxes the players too much. They don't put in a good performance, a good enough performance of a good level, high level. So for me, it's better that they stay in England, and it proved the same case again against Bayern Munich. Now, there's two ways of looking at the game. Some people said that it was a decent performance from Liverpool and we created chances. Yes, we did create chances. We had quite a few in the first half, but we weren't sharp enough, were we? We didn't put the chances away. And there's some kind of greediness in the team, the likes of Mane, Salah, and Firmino is a very, very clever player, a very intelligent player, and he tends to set his teammates up. But Mane and Salah are a bit, they're a bit greedy at the moment, and Salah's trying to do too much, in my opinion, because he had chances against Bayern Munich. They both did, Mane and Salah, and they did, they didn't put them away, or they didn't pass to the right player. In fact, in the penalty area, and we end up losing out on a goal. So in these kind of big games, European games, or big games in the league, like the one we've got against Manchester United, we need to be clinical. We need to be deadly, because we can't afford to throw chances away. As you saw against Bayern Munich, they didn't really create anything in the game, Bayern Munich, but it only takes one opportunity, it only takes one counter-attack, and they're in your goal, and you concede, and then you've got an uphill task for the second leg, basically. So yeah, I mean, we didn't really set the world alight, We had a decent performance. It was a good defensive performance because there was Matip and Fabinho as makeshift cover in the centre-back position, as a partnership, a centre-back partnership, and it could have gone very wrong for Liverpool. But they put in a good performance, both Matip and especially Fabinho. I mean, I think he had a magnificent tackle on Lewandowski in the second half, where he basically just took the ball off his toe. Lewandowski was about to get past him and take a shot at goal, and he just like a knife through butter, he just took the ball off him. It was an outstanding tackle from Fabinho, and yeah, he has both ways of playing. He can play in midfield and he can play centre back in a defensive role. So, but for me, against Manchester United, he needs to be in midfield, because we need to win the battle in the midfield against the likes of Pogba, Herrera and Matic, so, or whoever it is. It could be Juan Mata in midfield, and we need to win that midfield battle to be able to win the game. If we can win the midfield and play early balls into the front players to Mane, Salah and Firmino, and really disrupt their back line, their defence, then I think we can go there and win the game. We can score a couple of goals and take the 3 points, because as they showed against Paris Saint-Germain, now they beat Chelsea, of course, in the FA Cup, but Chelsea are doing very badly at the moment. They're one of the worst teams in the top six. They probably are the worst team at the moment in the top six, and yeah, they didn't have any answer to it, and they were supposed to be the home team, Chelsea, in the FA Cup match, and they got turned over by United. So For me, we need to make sure that we attack Manchester United. Do not sit back, Liverpool. Do not try and play defensive football, please. We don't need to. We're going for the championship, for the title. Just attack Manchester United and we will get the rewards, because their defence is shoddy. I mean, despite them winning the games, you saw against Paris Saint-Germain the amount of opportunities that Paris Saint-Germain created. And of course, they scored 2 goals. So without Neymar, who's probably their best player, Paris Saint-Germain, despite not having him, and I think, yeah, they didn't have Cavani as well, did they? I don't think. So, yeah, despite not having these 2 players, they still won the game comfortably. So, with our front three of Mane, Salah and Firmino, and possibly Shaqiri as a wing player playing on the wing, and then cutting in and creating chances for the likes of Firmino, Mane and Salah, then Liverpool have a very good chance to go there and win the game at Old Trafford. Of course, the media and certain Manchester United people in the fan channels that they have are trying to big them up now, trying to say that they're on great form, they're an outstanding team, and this and that, and they're going to take Liverpool. They're going to end Liverpool's title hopes. I think they're getting a bit over themselves, these mank fools, because they don't seem to realise that Liverpool have a lot on the line as well. We have the championship, the title, to fight for. So, and on our day, we can blow them away, as we showed at Anfield when we beat them 3-1. Albeit they had Mourinho in charge, but the team was, virtually the same players. It's not as if they had a different group of players. So, if they got smashed on that day at Anfield, then we can perform another good game at Old Trafford and beat them. Take the 3 points. Open up a 3-point gap over City again, because this is our game in hand. So the games played will be the same now with City. 27 games played with 11 to go. And if we go 3 points ahead, that will be a massive psychological boost for Liverpool for the rest of the season. So the Bayern Munich game, there's not really much to say, Liverpool fans. I mean, we didn't play well. We didn't play to our best ability. We didn't play badly. But we didn't have that sparkling, European night performance that we usually do. Like last season when we played the likes of Man City, Roma and other teams in the Champions League. So, and of course Paris Saint-Germain when we beat them this season at the beginning of the group stages at Anfield. It wasn't like that. It wasn't that kind of performance. But so as I said before, these breaks I think take their toll on the players. They become too relaxed. They become too lethargic when they go away on holiday, because it's the warm weather. Warm weather relaxes people. This is why people go on holiday to warmer countries, so they can relax, they can unwind. And going there for training just doesn't make any sense, because you're supposed to be concentrating on the rest of the season. You're supposed to become, tougher, to become mentally tougher and physically tougher. So you need to have harsh conditions that will make you even tougher than you are at the moment, in my opinion. And they could have gone to Scotland, or they could have gone to Wales, or just somewhere where the weather is similar to Liverpool, and just do your training there. Build up the bonding in the team bonding, and become a unit, a strong unit as a team, as a club. And we didn't do that, we went away again, and coming back from the 10 days, it's always the same story. We either draw the game or we don't play well. We don't perform on the day. So hopefully this game doesn't really need them to be. They don't really need to prepare for this game. This game they should be automatically playing at a high level against Manchester United. Seeing that United have been rejuvenated since Solskjaer came in, they're a different team now, a different proposition, and they're trying to get into the top 4. To consolidate in the top 4. Whereas we're trying to go to the top of the league again and open up a 3-point gap over City. So it's a very important game for both teams, but especially for Liverpool. If we have any aspirations, if we have any dreams of actually winning the Premier League title, this is the kind of game that you need to win away to Manchester United. And so we'll see on Sunday. Hopefully Klopp doesn't have another brainstorm where he ends up playing Henderson, Wijnaldum and Milner in midfield. Always play Fabinho and Keita. I feel that Keita, last 2 or 3 games, I've seen he's become better. He's become much more energetic, much more lively, you know, despite what people are saying that he's flopped and this and that. Of course they're going to say that. You know, the fans of other clubs are trying to say that he's been a flop. He's been a waste of money for Liverpool. But that's not the case. The last 2 or 3 games, he has become better gradually. And he's started to have the confidence now to take the ball and go forwards, to make runs, surging runs into the opposition, you know, half of the pitch, penalty area, and set up other players. So if he can do that again at Old Trafford, because it's a big pitch, he's going to have a lot of space to play his football. And with the likes of Pogba, who doesn't really like to mark people, and Matic, who is slow, very slow, to get around the pitch, Liverpool will have time on the ball in the midfield, and we can dictate the play with Keita and Fabinho. And you know, if we play Shaqiri with the guile, the quality that he has, the just basically the creativity to create chances and score goals, and we can definitely put them away, Manchester United. We don't need to be scared of this team. We just have to be brave, and we need to think that we're going to win the game, to have that expectation that we take the 3 points. There's no point in playing for a draw, because it's not going to work. You know, these kind of games, it only takes one incident, a penalty, a free kick, you know, some kind of counter-attack, and you can see the goal. So it's better to just go out there, go all out attack and win the game, as we did last season, you know, as we beat them this season 3-1 at Anfield. So we should play similar to that, you know. Always have the belief, always have the, you know, the energy, the quality to go and attack them and to beat them, because we've got the better team. Player for player, we're better than Manchester United. This is why there's such a big gap in the league, you know, a 14-point gap. So yeah, that's it, Liverpool fans. I just wanted to make this short preview video for the Manchester United game, and talk a little about the Bayern Munich game, which was a no-show basically in the Champions League. They built it up so much over the 10 days that we thought it was going to be a very explosive, very goal-laden match. Basically, both teams trying to score goals, trying to create goals, and Bayern Munich were frightened of Liverpool. You could tell in the first half they didn't have any intention to actually attack Liverpool fully. They were frightened that we were going to exploit them at the back and score goals against them. So they played more of a cautious game against Liverpool. But at the Allianz Arena in 3 weeks' time, it's going to be a completely different game. Now, they have to score, Bayern Munich, to get through. We have to score as well to get through. So we have to wait for the right moment, basically, in the game. And when we get that opportunity, that chance, we need to be much more clinical than we were in the first leg and put it away, because I don't know what it is, but I don't know if other Liverpool fans have the same feeling as me, but it seems to me that Salah's gone off the boil, you know. I mean, he scored goals, but there's something missing with Salah. He doesn't look sharp enough. His passing is not good enough as well. He keeps giving the ball away in the final third. Just when we're about to launch an attack, we're about to create an opportunity, he gives the ball away too often, you know, and it's not good. He needs to be sharper. He needs to be more focused on the game, and he needs to be less selfish. Him and Mane, they need to pass the ball more often, because this is a team game. You can't play it individually. I know that they want to be the top players in the team, you know, the main men in the team, but it doesn't work like that in football. You need to always have the knowledge. You always have to have the vision to pick out your teammates and give them the pass when they're in space, of course. You know, if they're being marked or they're not in the right position, then you don't give the ball to them. But if they're in space and you can see them, you can clearly see that they're in space and they've got time on the ball, you need to pass it quickly. Crisp passes, and just continue the attack, you know, because you can't do it on your own, you know, as you saw against Bayern Munich. They put in an outstanding defensive performance at Anfield, and we weren't able to break them down, basically. We had chances. The first half, we could have scored a couple of goals, 2 or 3 goals. But this is what happens at the top level of football, the elite teams in football. They don't give you the space. They don't give you the time to play football. So we need to learn this now, and Klopp needs to adapt his tactics according to the opposition. So for me at Old Trafford, as I said before, we need to attack them. And we need to get the goal or goals, because their defence is not very good, I'm telling you. This is a team that has conceded over 30 goals in the league up until now. You know, they keep banging on about it was Mourinho's team and they weren't playing good football, but that's rubbish because they've still been conceding goals even when Solskjaer's come in. You know, they conceded 2 against Paris Saint-Germain. You know, they conceded goals against other teams playing since Solskjaer's come in. So they haven't all of a sudden become defensively better. It's just going forward they've become better. They've scored more goals. They've created more opportunities, but defensively they're still shoddy. They're still a very, very leaky team at the back. It's only David De Gea that's kept the score down. I mean, for instance, the Tottenham game that they won at Wembley, they should have lost that game 4 or 5-1 in the second half. Tottenham had so many opportunities, but they were so weak in front of goal, they weren't able to score, and United got away with it. And they won the game, and all of a sudden, it became Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is a tactical genius, and he won the game, you know, because of the tactics that he employed in the game. That's rubbish, man. If you look at the second half, De Gea saved them on numerous occasions. He did it in other games as well. I think against Arsenal, was it, in the Cup? You know, they won the game, but Arsenal had chances to score more goals. And against Paris Saint-Germain, they got found out, didn't they, in the Champions League? So, yeah, if Liverpool play to our, you know, our potential, our best performance, then we should be beating them, you know, at Old Trafford. It doesn't matter that it's at Old Trafford. But we have to have the mental strength. We have to have the belief that we can go there and win the game. Do not be in the mindset that, you know, we can only get a draw and they're on form. Some of the people in the media and some people making videos on YouTube and this and that, you know, analysing the game, are saying that Liverpool should not play too attacking football. Why not? This is the kind of team that you should play attacking against, a team that is not good defensively and they like to attack. They're playing much more free-flowing attacking football, Manchester United, which will give you space in their defence, you know, in their midfield to play better football. So it's the perfect opportunity for Liverpool to, you know, instead of playing conservatively, instead of trying to be defensively solid, we don't concede that many goals anyway, as we've shown in most of the games this season. So, and Alisson needs to be bloody just kicking the ball away, man. When you get the ball, you get a back pass, just kick it away. Don't try and play with the ball, Alisson, man. He pissed me off in the Bayern Munich game. Every time that he got the ball in the first half, he was trying to take on Bayern Munich attackers. It's madness, man. One slip, one mistake, and you concede the goal. And then you're in big trouble, Liverpool. You know, these are not the type of games that you can be trying these things, Alisson. Trying to take on players or trying to play out from the back. You can't do it in these kind of big games. When we've got the Championship sewn up, the title, or, you know, if you're playing a weaker opposition in the league, then you can probably try and do it. Try and play out from the back. But you don't do it against the top players in the world, do you? Klopp needs to, you know, tell him this and make sure that he understands the severity, the importance of not making any mistakes in goal, because this is what has cost Liverpool in the past, and we don't want to have another bloody Karius on our hands, do we? Another dodgy goalkeeper making mistakes. We've paid all that money, man, £67 million for Alisson Becker from Roma. So he needs to show his price tag. He needs to show his quality. And this comes from just doing the basic things as a goalkeeper. You don't need to overplay, man. Forget all this rubbish, overplaying and this and that. Because Ederson does it, you know, the Man City goalkeeper, or, you know, other goalkeepers in the league. You don't need to do it, man. We win the game playing for the 90 minutes. We don't need to showcase our skills or play around at the back. It doesn't prove anything. It doesn't win you anything at the end of the day. So just play it simple, get the team onto attack straight away, and then we try and score goals. We try and win the game, you know. That's it. As a goalkeeper, that's your job. That's your position in the team, to be a goalkeeper, to save shots coming towards your goal, to be, you know, to be sound in goal, to not make any mistakes, to give the opposition any chances, you know. So just play it easy, play it simple, and Liverpool can do the rest. You know, the team can do the rest, and we win the game. So that's it, Liverpool fans. Sorry that I haven't been able to make any videos, but the 10-day break really just... I was just so bored out of my fucking head. I couldn't be bothered to make any videos, and it felt like an international break. You know, when we had the international breaks, it felt even worse than that, and there was nothing on Liverpool anyway. There was a few, you know, pictures of the players in Marbella, you know, training, and a few videos and this and that of the team in Marbella. and nothing else really. Just preparation for the games, the upcoming games in the Champions League and in the Premier League. So yeah, and then after the Manchester United game, we play Watford at home, which should be another 3 points. We need to win that game, Liverpool. No more excuses. I like Klopp as a manager. I respect him. I've always said it in my videos. You know, other Liverpool fans may think that I go over the top, that I criticise too much. I talk too much about the manager, but we have to, man. As the Liverpool fan base, we have to talk about the manager, Klopp. Because when this man was appointed manager in 2015, in October 2015, in his first press conference, he said himself that he wanted to make Liverpool a good team again. He wanted to celebrate a piece of silverware after each season. And unfortunately, he hasn't been able to achieve this, has he? So we have to criticise him when criticism is deserved. And for me, sometimes in the big games, he gets his tactics wrong. He picks the wrong team of players for that specific game. And this time at Old Trafford, I'm expecting him to play all the main players. Do not be making too many changes, Klopp. Of course, Virgil van Dijk is going to be coming back into the defence because he was suspended for the Bayern game. And Fabinho should go back into the midfield, central midfield, alongside Keita and either Henderson or Gini Wijnaldum, and keep Milner as a substitute. Because although Milner is a kind of player that attacks the opposition, you know, he tries to bring them down or he tries to tackle them. In this game, he could be found out and he could be sent off, you know, God forbid. Because if he goes over the top and playing at Old Trafford, the referees will most probably be on the side of Manchester United. They will not, you know, be backing Liverpool. They never back Liverpool anyway in the games I've seen. So we need to be clever. We need to be, the timing of our tackles need to be good, basically. We can't go over the top. And for me, Milner, he's getting on a bit as well. He's 33 years old, so he's become slower as a player. It's normal because of age, you know. So his timing's probably not there anymore. We need players that are probably faster, the like of Gini Wijnaldum and Henderson, and either one of those. But definitely Fabinho and Keita need to play in midfield to bring the energy, to bring the calmness on the ball, you know, the vision that Fabinho has, and the quality that Keita has going forwards. And the fact that he's able to score from range, long range, could be a factor in this game, you know, a very big factor. Even Shaqiri, I feel that Shaqiri should be playing because Shaqiri has the guile, he has the quality on the ball from set pieces, or you know, he can get the ball in the central midfield or on the wing and then cut in and take a shot at goal, and we can take the lead or win the game. So we need these kind of players for these big games. We need the quality players. The players that can make a difference on the day. So that's about it, Liverpool fans. Thank you again for watching the video. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Make your comments in the comment section below. It's going to be very much appreciated from fellow Reds around the world, wherever you are. You know, whether you're in England or you're in America, Canada, wherever you are. It's very much appreciated. And we keep the belief, Liverpool fans. We have to keep believing that we're good enough, that we've got the quality. We've got the squad of players to go on and win the title, and we need to support the lads. We need to be behind them for the rest of the games because after Sunday there's only 11 games to go, and every game is a cup final for Liverpool now. Every game is of utmost importance, and we need to treat it that way. We need to make such an atmosphere, especially at the home games, that it intimidates the opposition. It makes them shiver. Basically, makes them make mistakes every time they get the ball. We should boo them, hiss them, you know, make them rush the pass or rush running with the ball, basically, so they lose the ball. They can't control the ball. You know, this is the way that the crowd needs to play their part, basically, in the title race. And hopefully we can do it. And in May we'll be celebrating. Hopefully 2 trophies. Maybe we can win both. It's going to be very difficult if I'm being totally honest. It's going to be very difficult for Liverpool to win, you know, the Champions League and the Premier League. But we think about that further on in the season. Let's see where we get now in the next few weeks in the league until the Bayern Munich game. And if we're, you know, 4 or 5 points ahead of City, then we can go into the Bayern Munich game with more confidence. With, you know, basically we can play freely and attack Bayern Munich and try and win the game in Germany. But if we, for instance, are still level on points with City, then we have to play it a certain way, a different way. We have to be tactically on our game and wait for the right opportunity in Munich. Because before they played Liverpool, they were making mistakes a lot. Bayern Munich, I think they upped their game at Anfield. They played better than they have done in recent months in defence, and they're a team that can definitely concede goals. They give chances away, even at their own ground, at the Allianz Arena. So we need to have that in the back of our minds and play accordingly, play it cleverly, and be clinical when you get the chances in front of goal. And hopefully we can go through to the quarterfinals. So we see what happens, Liverpool fans. That's about it. That's the end of the video. Thank you for watching again, and take care of yourselves. And we march on to Old Trafford to get the 3 points and go to the top of the league again. See you later on.